Comicsgate is sort of over. Nobody really won the battle. I guess you could say the NPCs won. They won a Pyrrhic victory. I hope I pronounced that right. They won the Empire of Dirt. They control mainstream comics and social media. They have control of Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, etc. They want to make them gay, transsexual, Muslims from the Middle East. Hey, go ahead. They control the characters, but they don't control the sales. A great way to vote is with your pocketbook. And the customers are. Every year, more and more stores close because the comics aren't selling. They aren't selling because the writers are essentially Antifa. I think that the pre-Comicsgate was a vague rumbling about beloved characters being changed. Captain Cummings and your boy started Comicsgate Phase 1. Zach was able to shine a light on the sickness that is the modern comic book industry, the left-wing comics mafia. He showed us that guys like Mark Waid are a good example of the people in mainstream comics. Scumbags. The SJWs told Zach that he wasn't able to criticize comics because he wasn't a comic book creator. So Zach creates a comic book, Jawbreakers. It does great on Indiegogo, makes $200,000. They announce Antarctic Press is going to print it. Mark Waid jumps in and tortiously interferes with the contract, and Antarctic Press caves to Mark Waid's threats. Mark Waid actually helped Zach out because the drama helped drive sales to $400,000. Mark Waid is such a giant douchebag. My point is, mainstream comics, Mark Waid, Mags Visaggio, they get to hold on to the mainstream characters, but they are in charge of a crumbling industry, and they know it. Mags isn't selling. She gets all the free publicity you could ask for, but she isn't selling because her content is hateful garbage. Take a look at Kwanzaa. His first book did over $100,000. His second did under $50,000. You want to know why? Take a look at his Twitter. It's cancer. Anyway, Mags, Kwanzaa, Mark Waid, they can have the industry. Comicsgate is in stage 3 now. The first cycle of books have been delivered. Some of the second are on the way. The next hurdle will be to get the books into stores. You can thank Mark Waid for any delays there. What a giant douchebag he is. Well, I have some sympathy for Mark Waid. I assume he is legitimately mentally ill, or he has suffered a traumatic brain injury. If you really want to know what a giant twat waffle Mark Waid is, I will include a link in the description. Anyway, leave a like and a comment and let me know what you think. Max Visaggio posts an empty room. I don't know what she's selling. I'm not familiar with these books. How long since the doors opened? 90 minutes. Oh, you'll be right. Sure, it'll pick up soon. Have a great show. It didn't. Oh no, so sorry to hear that. Oh man. God, karma is a bitch, isn't it? Nick says, deep breath. He's laughing. I've read this a few times. It's still so damn funny. Because, I mean, Mags Visaggio is not an idiot. She knows what's going on. She knows there's something rotten in the comic book industry, and she knows her side has a lot to do with it. This guy says, your powers of prediction are amazing. You did it to yourself. # blame war campaign. Mag's earlier tweet, is there an entertainment business outside of comics that expects us creators to also double as primary marketing? Yeah, this is comics. This is a new industry. You have to rapidly adapt to changing conditions. Don't be a dinosaur. Comics are different because of people like Mags Visaggio and Dan Slott and Sobolski and Kwanzaa and all these left-wing insane ideologues. Your crowd has changed the industry. So yes, you have to market. And then it's a shame that Twitter deletes tweets. You get garbage like this. I'm all for free speech. I'd like to see what people have to say. Fedora the Horrible says, you photoshopped this. No way it was that dead when the comic industry is doing so well. Who is it? Was it someone? I think it was Dan Slott was telling people this is a great time to get into comics, to join the industry. It's a dying industry. Even companies are consolidating. Comic stores are closing every year. You don't tell people to go into a dying industry. Ray Cornball says, clearly a reminder that bigots still have a death grip on the industry. You do so much for your fans and customers. Sad that they are too intimidated by hate groups to show their support. Yeah, that's beautiful. Ah, crap. I hate working a dead con because there's literally nothing I can do to pick up business. You guys made it a dead con. And, you know, to be fair, at least mags can go to a con. People like Diversity in Comics and, Myers and Ethan Van Sciver, they can't go to cons. It's too dangerous for them to go. The Brightweisters got chased out of cons. They got too many threats. She says, honestly, are you that surprised when you block thousands of people for no reason? Yes, I used to be blocked on my previous account, and I've been a follower without contact. I would get my Kim comics signed if you came to England. Wow, I guess you got blocked. Anyone want a bunch of oh shit, it's Kim and Kim comics before I recycle them? Okay, so Clementine made a perfectly reasonable comment, and she got blocked by Mags Visaggio. That's why there's nobody at your effing table. Are they self-aware? I mean, are they really NPCs? Are we just in the Matrix and they're just not self-aware yet? Get woke, go broke. It was the people you alienated that would have supported you. SJWs have proven time and time again they have no intention of buying anything that gets put out, at least not en masse. You got a license for them, Pex. You are absolutely right. Stay Frosty says reality bites. Crickets. Laughing. But the thing is, you give Mags Visaggio some feedback, and the only thing that will happen is you're blocked. Lord Bunga says, have you heard that SGWs aren't the majority of comic book readers, and it's what happens when you call everyone the four-letter N-word I can't say on YouTube. You don't know how to market yourself. Yeah, they know how to... What they are doing is... I don't know, it's the opposite of marketing. It's like that Mel Brooks movie about... what was it called? The Producers or something? God, these people. I would totally be bothering you to sign things, asking questions. Well, you wouldn't be bothering Mag Scott because you weren't there. No one was there. That's part of the problem, Scott. Wait, I'm told myself I'm not going to swear on this, but it's really difficult. So this guy says, go get some autographs. You know you're still a fangirl at heart. Mags is there to do business. She's supposed to sell. I don't know how much you make at a convention, but I mean, to fly out somewhere, to stay in a hotel, it's got to cost. I don't know where in the world she's staying and how far she had to fly, but what's a flight? It could be $500. What's a hotel? I mean, the whole trip could be $1,000. I don't know. So you've got to make. I don't know what a good con day would be. Several $1,000s, $5,000. I don't know. Not a lot of interaction. I mean, there's a lot of people laughing. All these people laughing just get blocked, and they will never buy anything from Mags again. Why don't you just enter the comments, start talking to people, say, hey, there's something wrong with the industry. What can we do to fix this? I mean, there's a lot of toxicity, and it's coming from the left. It's coming from the mainstream comics mafia. I had a kind of a funny idea about what would happen if Mags was interviewed by Ethan Van Sciver. I know it would never happen, but as a thought experiment, can we just play with this just for a minute? What if she decided, I got nothing to lose. I got an empty room here. I got my books out here. Nobody is buying them. My numbers, I'm just not turning good numbers. What if I talked to Ethan? What if we did a show together and I just decided to be a reasonable human being? I can tell you right now that there's a certain percentage of people that hate you. But there's a certain reasonable center of Comicsgate people who are who don't hate you. We're disappointed, but we understand we disagree politically, but perhaps we're not as far apart as you assume. Anyway, it would be an interesting interview to see them just talk about the comic industry and about maybe steps that people could take. The first step in solving a problem is admitting you have a problem. It's from the 12 steps, but if you don't admit you have a problem, you're never going to be able to solve it. And Mags knows there is a problem, and a few other left-wing comics people have admitted there is a problem, but they're so scared to talk about it. They talk around it. They talk about they're afraid of the far left people in their comics camp. Anyway, I'll leave a video, the link of the Mark Waid video. It's Mark Waid acting like a complete and total donkey. Anyway, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for listening.